Morning, folks. Right, back to the three colours. I've changed. I've substituted the. Oh look, my brush is a bit wobbly. Oh, well, never mind. So I've got cadmium red, ultramarine, Payne's grey, and yellow ochre. I'm hoping that the red and the ochre and the white will give us quite a range. Right now I haven't got a clue what I'm going to do. I haven't thought about it. I set this up before I went out this morning. I'm just trying that wide gap there. It probably should have been one across the middle of an inch wide. This is a 2 inch. It's now 2 inches wide, but we'll see how it turns out. But I do have a method of working. And that is just to put in some random Payne's grey and then work something out as I go along. It's taken me many years to be able to do that. I'm a slow learner. But we'll see how we go. I've got some bit of water here, just wet the brush. I don't want to oversaturate this, but I'll give it a bit of a spray. I'm working two at the same time, so let's just dip the brush in and get a bit of Payne's grey, which I really like, and just and you can change this at any time you like. It's a bit similar to what I did yesterday. Okay, well that's quite a good start. Oh, we've got our sort of meadow. Let's do some in the top there. As for sky, well, with the brush, let's just get a bit of this stuff here makes a bit of blue. Right, okay, we can put light. I like light horizons. It counter changes against the harder edged trees and stuff. Right, I've got some ideas for this. I'm going to put in some red, ochre and white. A lot of white. This ochre is very strong. Look how nice and sort of a bit coming downhill there a little bit. Touch a bit of blue in there. Right. Right, okay, now some up here. There's a bit of red in with that. Warm up the foreground. We want a bit of a green in there, I think that's brilliant. Oops, just spin that down there just so ram it in. The video on the SD card splits at 30 minutes, so I'll turn it off before then and I'll start it up again, and that'll be part 2. But I'm still working on this sort of simultaneously. Red and the Payne's grey, which I quite like. Right, I'm going to put a bit of sky in that one, just to establish a way to go. This is really beyond the pale, isn't it, this brush? Right, let's get a bit of that. Just blend that a little bit, and then go back with that Payne's grey, and a bit of blue, a bit of red. Now I hope that all these paintings that I'm doing are all different. You can't help that, but they're different. And then look at the repeats of Monet, the haystacks, for example. do like that red. It mixes well with the ochre and. Got to put some light in this, so that's it. Right, I'll go back on the bottom one now. Oh, I really do enjoy doing this. I know they're quite quick, and I don't like to spend all day painting a picture. When I started painting, it was just copying from photographs. I didn't even try to make one up. But then, had I gone to art school, which to be honest, I didn't have any thought about going to art school. I had a couple of friends that became graphic designers. But as for this sort of thing, well, this is quite recent for me. I'll say the 8 or 9 years I've been on YouTube, you can plot my course of progress from weak watercolours, as I only went on YouTube to publish a lesson for a friend, and I didn't know how to go onto YouTube. I didn't even know YouTube existed, and I hadn't had a computer that long. But I sent the video and I thought, well, that was easy. My daughter showed me how to do it. You always rely on the children, don't you? Let's just fill that and feather that top of that ridge of trees or whatever they are. Right, let's get a bit of a. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? To stain the paintings with a bit of yellow ochre, and I forgot. So let's just do that here. But I'm not going to use a tissue to scrape out. I'm not, and so that it doesn't. Okay, well that's more or less it. Now, I don't know what we're going to do up in the top there. A bit more light. Right, let's get some nice clouds in there. It's not covering there, so we'll flood it with colour, or lack of colour. I'll let that dry a bit because it's going to just keep taking the paint off of that spot. So Might put a bit of a light sort of sun there. Right, now let's work the sky out on this one. So let's have a bit of blue. Yeah, as I progressed from oil to acrylic, I didn't really like acrylic, but I like it now. Probably because I've come of age. I've done loads and loads of oil paintings, as you know. You've been following me. But you get fed up with copying from photographs or going out. I'm not a plein air painter, I never have been. I've tried it, but I've done it when I've been camping in my trailer. We had a lovely trailer tent. And I used to sit outside and show off. But bit by bit, seeing other people's work, namely the Danish painter Marie Louise, has really inspired me to do this and just make it up as you go along. You get all different effects. No, that's quite a nice sky. It's a bit ripply at the moment. But what I do when I finish, I give them a coat of varnish, dry it off with the hairdryer, varnish for PVA glue, dilute PVA glue. It's very, very useful. I don't seem to be using the vet gel that I used to use. I'm quite happy with this. It's still only damp. Let's just reinstate some of this. A bit of red in there. I do have several parks near me, but parks tend to be manicured. I like rough texture. All right, now let's get a bit of that. Just put a bit of light back in here. Go over that again. And we ride our bikes down the River Wandle, sort of the river going from Croydon to the Thames, and it's when we live in suburbia, it was very pleasant. It was a nice, good borough. And with 4 or 5 of us on, usually on a Tuesday, to our bike rides. Pushing the brush. Alright, let's get some of that. So I've swapped burnt sienna for the red. So we've got all this lovely texture. Might even put a few poppies in. Everybody loves a poppy. You can do that with worn out brushes. Clean brush. Just going to get a bit of a yellowy. Get those reds in. Totally unrealistic, but put some red in here. Right. Do this a bit lighter here. It's another lovely day. We had a lovely thunderstorm last night. We were out a bit of London. Oh, it was super. Might even put a little figure in if I remember. Why not? Yeah, good. That's just about dry. Let's just put a little bit of a sun in there then. Don't know if this will work. Not a lot of counter change there. And we can carry that through here. Just a touch of yellow ochre in all this. Take that further over. We'll put some hard edge stuff back. Got that yellow ochre. Right, now we put in that texture, the black, or Payne's grey. Bit of red, bit of water. Oh gosh, that's ruined it. Just layer on layer on layer. So here I am, now painting far freer than I've ever painted before, and seeing where it goes and how I can develop it. Trying to find different ways to say the same thing. Right, let's get a little brush. I think a few poppies. Just. I'll be able to paint that out. Just random. Put a couple in there. No, I don't really want to put a figure in that one. It's okay as it is. It's just a bit blobby, but paint's drying now on the palette. Right, let's go back on. I think I've gone as far as I can with that one. I find meadows easy, and because I love texture, there's no detail in this. Even that's not detail, is it? It's just a suggestion of poppies. Let's just soften a bit. I did this one yesterday, didn't I? But there's a bit of a river, or a bit of a stream. Do we need any strength anywhere else on it? Right, I quite like that bottom one. That seems to be okay. Let's get that to really yellow, not ochre. There we go, there's a bit of light coming through in these trees, or clumps of trees. I think next time I'll put in a cadmium yellow. That should do the trick. More colour. Right, okay. That, as far as I'm concerned, that's a practice in texturing and in free painting. It's more impressionist than anything else, isn't it? Let's put a little bit in there. Bit of blue. I don't think they're as good as the ones I did yesterday, but anyway, I'll take off now, when you take off the tape, this is quite a good builder's sticky tape, so take your headphones off or mute your sound, folks, if I do this. Just give it a little bit of a warm and gently just pull off the tape. Oops. Come off. Right, come up here. Disheartening when the paper surface comes off of the tape. Right, go again. I'm learning quite a lot with these. Just try that again. Ready? Go. Just softens that adhesive. That was mean. Oh, okay. Oh. Okay. This one, go. do the top one. Go. Oh, it won't go. It's a cut out for a minute till it cools off a little bit. So we carefully take that off. There we are. So we've got two pictures. Right, I'm going to give. Oh, look, it's got a bit smudgy there. Where's my bit of? I suppose it'll clean off, but oh yes, it does. Yeah, a bit of a putty rubber. Very useful. Now. Right, let's have a look at what I've done the last few days since last Saturday. Those to start with, and we have these. I've been quite busy. So that one, and that one, and that one. Quite like that one. The inch eye that all the way around is clean. And now we've got these two, which is today's effort. Which are today's effort. Well, there we are. We can. Well, I've got a sort of a mount that can go around those just to show. They don't really. No, they don't really show up to their full potential. So basically, like that, they're quite attractive like that. Right, well, I hope you like what I'm doing. The problem I'm having with YouTube is that because I've done this radical change from the old Norfolk scenes, which I thoroughly enjoyed doing, but I don't want to do any more of them. I might start to put the building suggestion, but so they're not getting, these paintings aren't getting the views I would have hoped, but they're doing all right on Facebook. So you go on Facebook and on my art page, artist page, Dave Usher Artist, and have a look and leave some comments on there. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed these two, and thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.